Hey there. Today I'm going to talk to you about Passiflora. Passiflora is a most beautiful vine. It just goes absolutely crazy with the most stunning flowers. Isn't it gorgeous? Now, interesting folklore with this old friend. It was discovered in Peru in the early 1500s. Okay, and the Spanish missionaries took it to America and all over Europe, and they said that it was a symbol. They used it as a symbol for what happened to Christ, the crucifix. So here we go. I'll explain this, how they say they see it. So you have the three stars in the middle. They are symbolized as the nails. Okay, you've got the 5 stamens around here. Tuck, 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 tuck. They are symbolized as the 5 wounds, and here around we've got the crown, which is symbolized as the crown of thorns on their head. Now, interestingly, Passiflora incarnata, which is the Latin, translates as passion flower, but it has more as in the passion of Christ apparently, and also incarnata means in the flesh. Interesting, isn't it? So it's the most beautiful flower. I mean, you can see how it was. I always used to think, when I was younger, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's got 10. I would think that was the 12 disciples, but clearly that's wrong. But either way, it's a wonderful, wonderful herb. This is a fantastic herb for anxiety. Okay, now you can use the leaves, the flowers, and yes, it does fruit. Apparently so. If your Passiflora is not fruiting, it's because it hasn't had enough visits by insects, which is interesting because apparently they're all supposed to fruit. And you get the passion flower fruit. It's not passion fruit, but it's not too dissimilar. Okay, and it's delicious. It's not so wonderful as your pure passion fruit, which is absolutely stunning. It is just like a lesser being of such a thing, but it's still lovely and nutritious. It's fantastic. So this is particularly good for anxiety and stress, and particularly your overthinkers, your over worriers, your real worry heads, your real helicopter heads. So I think I should be ingesting this galore. My best friend, who bless her cottons is in spirit now, she was always like hyper and a bit of a stress case, and always used to worry and overthink things, and really the whole world doom and gloom, oftentimes, but on many levels, she wasn't like that, but equally she used to get really panicked about stuff. And every time when I was training in herbal medicine, I'd turn up at her house and I'd see this beautiful vine growing there, and I was waiting for her to answer the door, eat the fruit, and it was delicious. And then when I was training in herbal medicine, I was like, Val, why didn't you use this? Because what can cure someone is usually growing on their grave or growing up the side of their house. And this was the one for Val. Bless your cottons, Val. Miss you a lot, love. But anyway, this is great. So I think I need to start taking this now. It's one for all of us, really. It's also particularly good for hyperactive children. I mean, how many of people know this? I mean, give child some sugar and then throw in a cup of Passiflora tea. It's really it's quite a beautiful, unique nervine tonic. It's more hypnotic than sedative, so you can use it to help to calm you to sleep. I give it to patients particularly who are waking up in the middle of the night. They've gone to bed, but they're waking up and they can't go back to sleep again. That's when I bring in Passiflora, and I find she's particularly helpful for them then. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely herb. Anxiety, stress, sign of the times. This is one for our times, and it grows everywhere. Interestingly, it used to be called maypop because back in the day, they just let the vines, like in Peru, they'd just let it grow, and it would grow all over the ground. And what would happen is that the people would stand on the seed pods, and they would pop, 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 pop. So they called it maypop. And May because it starts flowering in May. Now, I am videoing this in autumn, and the interesting thing is it is still in pure flower already. It's still in beautiful flower. So I would say this is really long-lasting flowers. So you've got your medicine all year round with this one. Collect the leaves really any time of year. Yes, spring maybe, but you know what I mean, the fresh leaves in the spring, but it doesn't really matter. A bit like raspberry leaf, yes, you can collect them in the spring, but you can also collect them now. It's more about, using the medicine that's growing in your garden. And if you'd like to see more of these clips, please subscribe, please press the little ding ding and all the rest of it. And I appreciate you for being here with me on this journey, and I hope that these videos help you to help yourself.